one time a year, that's going to be typically your convenience store. Okay, a convenience store, and so there's not a whole lot going on there. It's a really simple operation. Might have a soda machine, right? Serve some coffee. Might have a hot dog roller, right, for offering hot dog or whatever. But your tier 2, your moderate risk, which is typically twice a year inspection, which we'll do when we split them up is every 6 months, unless there's an issue. Those are going to be like your sandwich shops or your coffee shops and stuff like that. And your higher risk are going to be more complex places like your fast food establishments or your establishments that offer seating and such like this and menu services. And then those tier 4 are going to reserve for more of the ones that have more of the repeat type violations. And any of these risks, for example, if there's a grocery convenience store that's a tier 1, it could become a tier 2 based on the risk violation history. So if we determine because they're just not in compliance, they're repeating similar things, or they have evident type of risk factor type violations associated, their risk could be increased based on that for a period of time until they meet compliance. Follow-up inspections are basically where we'll go out and we'll follow up if there's any kind of imminent health factors that could be associated with foodborne risk-causing agents. Then we'll go back and we'll ensure that they actually have corrected those issues. And we typically give 48 hours, and we'll come back and then pay them a visit. Or if they scored a 30 or higher on their actual inspection report, we'll be coming back to visit them just to ensure that they're doing what they need to be doing as far as complying with the rules and regs. Citizen complaints that include foodborne illness investigations. So citizen complaints could be simple as, hey, I walked in the restaurant and I saw roaches or rodents or something like this, right? Where I saw there was a foul smell. The bathrooms were really dirty. So we'll go and we'll inspect those and we'll follow up and talk to the manager about ensuring that those items are abated. We'll also address any kind of foodborne illness investigations because at Tarrant County Public Health we do have epidemiology also. This is a different division within public health, and they will do more of the interviews with the individuals. They'll have the resources to actually check hospital records. They'll go on social media sites and they'll be able to see if there's people that are actually complaining on particular sites and stuff like this. If there's more than one person that has become ill, if they have eaten similar things in a certain period of time. So there's all these different things that include that, and they'll be able to provide that information so then our field inspectors can go out and they can identify, hey, if they're eating tacos at this one place, what is it that everybody's getting sick with? What is it, the lettuce and the tomatoes? Okay, well, let's check the lettuce and tomatoes. Where does it come from? Is it in the fruit source? Are they holding it at the proper temperature and such? So we'll make sure all the way from back from the manufacturer all the way down to what's being provided at the table. And the next part of it is temporary events. Again, those are going to be, I believe, and we'll have a breakdown of all the different type of events that you have in the city. We haven't had very many in River Oaks, but that could change, right? But temporary events are basically your short-term type of food services. Okay, that could be anywhere. Some people pull a permit for 1 day, but they're typically for 7 to 14 days is what most people want to do. And so what they'll do is that's going to be your stand that's going to have somebody that's going to be doing hamburgers or hot dogs at a major event or something that your city may sponsor. And so we'll permit those. We'll have an inspector go out, even if it's during the weekend, and we'll go ahead and make sure that they meet their minimal requirements. Of course, temporaries are a bit more lenient because it's a small event. It's for a limited period of time, but we just want to ensure that they're still doing the basic practices of food safety. And that gets us into the other type of permit we offer for your city is child care center permits. So there's two types of services we offer. One of which is an actual food permit. That's going to be if they have a kitchen, right? If they're offering food to the children, such as they're actually making food or prepping food to provide them, then we'll go ahead and permit their kitchen, and we'll make sure, just like a restaurant or anywhere else, they meet the same requirements. And that they're practicing the same requirements as well to ensure that the food is safe for the kids. And we do, as well, in regards to child care centers, an overall inspection of the whole establishment. We work with a state called the Department of State Health, I believe. I might be wrong about that. Sorry.
HHS.
Health, yeah.
HHS. HHS.
Yeah, Health and Human Services. Sorry about that. Takes me a minute to remember all these different types of entities we deal with sometimes. Health and Human Services, so we work with them as far as a partner to accomplish the inspections overall for a child care facility. And basically what that is that we'll go in the rooms and we'll make sure that, they're sanitary, and depending on the age of the child, they might have toys that they should be properly sanitizing. They have cleaners that they can sanitize surfaces. They might have a hand wash sink that has to be at a certain temperature so the children don't burn their hands with soap and paper towels. If there is an infant room, they have a diaper changing area, right? So then we can try to control fecal contact and ensure that the children are not getting sick there. So we'll work with them to accomplish those needs as well for child care. So this is the fun part. These are actually the inspections summary for your city that we provide. So I'll go into each of these and then just let you know how these have changed over the course of some of the years. So we have stats here from 2021, 2022, and 2023. And so this is for a calendar year. Now we still have 4 months left in 2023, so that's going to change that number. But regular inspections, again, are that tiered system inspection that we offer. So if you have a basic twice-a-year place, a fast food place, then that would be, we would do an inspection every 6 months for that. So that would be a regular type of inspection that we would conduct. So for 2021, we had 74 inspections that we conducted, and then that dropped to 52. So why did it go down 20 inspections? So a lot of that has to do with different type of variables, with how COVID affected businesses. There was people having financial type of issues. There were change of ownerships. So people weren't. It wasn't regular type of business that we would normally see in 2019 and so on and so forth, where it was more consistent. It kind of fell there a bit because some of those things that had financial impacts on people. But, however, it's starting to pick back up. We're still seeing consistency. We got 43 right now, and I believe that number is going to continue to grow and pick up into the years to come. Okay, we're at 43. We're seeing consistency when we had last year with 4 months ago. So I think it will be fine. We're not going to see any kind of major issues there. New facility review and opening inspections. Those are going to be your new facilities that are opening up inside your city. So in 2021 we had 12. In 2022, there was 1, and in 2023, it's 0. So there's still some financial recovery there, and people coming back on board as far as picking up business, getting back in the food industry, getting back in establishments, owners changing hands so other people can come in and take over businesses. So we're going to continue to see that grow. Excuse me. Follow-up inspections. We didn't see a whole lot, so that's good. We had 2021, we had 1. In 2022, 0, and then we had a couple in 2023. So that's actually a good thing. If we say a higher number than that, we could have seen issues there, right? Because follow-ups generally are due to some kind of issue at an establishment. Complaint investigations. Can't see that second number. Is that a 4? 1, 4, and 1. So we went up a little bit in 2022. Of course, people started getting back out, trying to eat, and we had some establishment issues. So we're responding to a little bit more as far as complaint investigations. Workforces were somewhat below average in staffing, so turnover rates were occurring. So if you have staff that isn't trained in a certain period of time, and they're rather trained quickly, you're not going to have the same kind of safety. So we saw some of that happening as far as the number of times we have to actually do investigations at places. So now we're at 1, so that's pretty good. We're coming back down. Okay. It's like when they see us, coming in there, then they automatically are like, okay, we better do something. We better do something quick. Temp rates is pretty consistent at 1. So I'm not sure which event that is. We might be having, do y'all typically have an event, a holiday event or something at the end of the year?
Yeah.
I have a Christmas event.
Okay. And that's why it's still zero. So it